today's adventure. Today brings us to Custer, Michigan. This is Custer Ball Field. I believe it's the Cardinals. Yeah, I'll show you a sign sitting over there. I got both the metal detectors with me today. I want to see if this one's still working. We put the coil in the water and we've been having some issues. Hopefully that's drying out and we'll see what happens, but let's get started and see what we can dig up. Today's adventure, let's go. Alright, the detector we're using today is the Bounty Hunter EX, I believe. This is the one that I was having issues with. That coil says that it's waterproof, but yeah, I don't know. So we'll go ahead and give this a shot. Let's go ahead and get her started up here. I want to go, let's go shallow. Alright, rock and roll. Dig it. Well, looks like we're still having issues. It's giving me phantom. There's nothing there. Aww. Well, let's go grab the Chi-Ching Shuang no name detector. Alright, we got the no name. Yep, that thing. Let's see if we can find something. Alright, folks, coin potential. Right there. See, it's in the ground. Well, whatever it is, it's right there. Piece of metal. I'm not sure what kind of metal that is. If you know what kind of metal that is, comment below. Still figuring things out. At least we found something. Alright, let's keep moving. Well, we got a signal. I'm guessing a bottle top. What do you think? Let's find out. Alright. That took a second, but I think we got a handle on it. Piece of tin. More than likely a remnants of a beer can. Tell you what, this is pretty clean. I've been all up down there. Nothing. I have to figure out something else for this video. Oh boy. Well, folks, this is a bit of a bust. This is probably the cleanest ball field I've ever seen in my life. And when I say cleanest, I mean there wasn't a beer cap. There wasn't a Coke cap. There's, I mean, absolutely nothing. Not even trash. I mean, the only trash we found, or the only thing we found here, more or less, was just that little bit we found down there. which is nothing to shake a stick at. So, all right, well, I got an idea. Let's go for a cruise. Alright folks, plan 2, or D, or whatever. This might look familiar if you've seen some of my older videos. This is a place that I call Lucky Rock. And the reason for that is there's a rock sitting right over there. It's massive. I don't know what it's doing here, but I do know there was an old homestead that used to sit right here. There was a house over here, and then they had a garage or a barn or something over here. Now I've searched the house area and all around here. We found all sorts of things. We found pretty much everything from horseshoes to a Coke cooler. So God only knows what's out here still. I have not gone this direction at all. So maybe that's what we'll do today. We'll give that a shot, see what we can dig up. Alright, plan C, D, E, F, G. Now this is kind of nostalgic for me. It's been a long time since I've been out here. It is way more overgrown. You used to be able to just see back in here, you know, all this was just kind of a trail. So this is going to be interesting. However, the Lucky Rock is still here. You can totally tell, and this is kind of a sign if you're ever out in the middle of the woods. You see something like this, and you see these house plants, or sorry, yard plants. That gives you a little bit of an indication that somebody might have lived around here. Alright, well, I guess I'm done procrastinating. Let's go into the tick-infested woods and see what we can find. Hey. Just a chunk of metal. Although, something you might find by a garage. It is so peaceful out here, y'all. All I can hear are the birds and no wind. And the busy road over there. So just down this trail here, right on the road, is a little spot to put in your kayak, canoe, go down river. So it's pretty busy out here, although if you were standing here, I mean, if you wanted to stealth camp, you could put a tent right there and nobody'd ever know. Oh, beautiful country. Well, that's crazy. There is absolutely nothing over here. So this is not where the garage or barn or whatever it was. It's got to be more over that way, and that way is just almost impenetrable. Almost impenetrable. Almost. You can't get in there. Tell you what, let's walk this 2-track for a second, and then maybe we'll try and hack our way through. Either way, it's 60 degrees and beautiful outside. I couldn't ask to be anywhere else. Someday. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, well, I left my other camera in the car, so I guess we're rolling with this. We do got a hit. Right about you. Uh-oh. Red light. No! Yep. Okay. Moving on. Well, I guess we got skunked. Before we leave, I am going to go over where the house site was. We might go through this field just a little bit. Make sure we didn't miss anything the last time we were here. However, this is not where the garage or the barn or whatever it was. Nothing back here. So I'm wondering if it's more that way and back. If it is, right now it's impossible. You can't get in there. It's just trees doing, you know, this stuff. So let's try over there. We'll try this field and then we'll call it a day. Ladies and gentlemen, you will observe from Lucky Rock. The house site. And that really bums me out, but that's how it goes. Sometimes you find all sorts of stuff, sometimes you find nothing. If you want to go metal detecting, it's a lot like fishing. Keep that in mind. Come on, head out of here. Sorry folks, not sure exactly what all you heard because the camera took a crap on me there. Battery went nope. So we do have a cement slab right here. Some kind of foundation. Back there is some kind of metal piping. Then over here, there is some kind of flat land. And then just behind this piece of concrete is, I don't know, this was a 2-track coming in here. Now it's quite a depression right there. But then we see this here foundation. I'm not quite sure. Looks like round nails. Maybe. I don't know. They're pretty corroded. And there's also another piece of structure here. Not quite sure what this used to be, but we are definitely coming back in our next video. There is some kind of garbage down there. Not quite sure yet. And I am seeing a lot of brick kind of all over. Oh, this is going to be cool. So, if you want to come on the next adventure, you know, and see what all this is, well, you got to subscribe. Otherwise, you're not going to know. That's going to be the next video that comes up. The mystery of what we just found. And that's the fun part about Discover E Adventures. We're out here just scaling the world, which is the little county I'm in, and we're finding new things, and you're just not going to know about it because you're not subscribed. So do me a favor, click that subscribe button, hit that bell so that way you know you're notified every time I make a video. And if you like this kind of content, I ask you one favor and one favor only, and that's to give me a like. Sure does help in the YouTube world. Same with subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just a click. So, if you want to see what happens here on the next Discovery Adventures, make sure you subscribe. Because this is very interesting. Like, really winded there. Alright, well, this is Discovery Adventures. I guess we'll see you back at the home base. Show you what we found today, which was pretty much nothing.